Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Daily Dose. Today is the conclusion of the Four Nations mini series. I waited a while, but unfortunately, everything sort of didn't work out for the Warlord account. I was hoping to do one of our lovely members in Discords, but I think she lost her sign in details, so. I figure it's okay. It's fine. We're just going to go ahead and finish this video off. Well, I mean, this series off, I should say. One thing that I will point out is I accidentally found like 1 billion power. Um, that was like a few days ago. I accidentally powered up. And I was just like, it's fine. Let's just roll with it. When you do something and you're like, oh yeah, that's fine. I'll stop, and then you do a little bit more, and then you do, and then you're like, well, I have to finish it off. I have to finish it off. I have to get this shit done, and then all of a sudden, 1 billion power later, we're at nearly 7.2 billion on the scale. It was a fun, enjoyable process. I did enjoy doing it myself, but sadly, the viewers won't get to see that. They only get to see the finished result. Last kind of day of the Mythic Hero event, I will say this. If you are intending to build the newest heroes, these lovely, lovely ladies, either if you're free to play or not, I strongly recommend you going down the path of grabbing out the Mythic Hero shard chests. You've had a few days of being able to accumulate the gold. You will need 11k to do so. These ladies, they're definitely worthwhile building in their own right. Check out their abilities. Stick with the nation though. You don't need to go hybrid or anything like that. Don't get too crazy. But what I recommend from a value analysis or a value perspective is if you're a light spender, wait. If you're a free to play player, wait. The reason being is when they eventually appear in a mythic event, you will be able to accumulate a second form of currency. I don't know if you have anything as an example. They'll kind of just be like these, but obviously a different border. So you'll have like a different form of currency. Now, the biggest issue that you're going to face, regardless of whatever free to play or pay to win, um, they're only going to be out. You're only going to be able to buy like 20 draws. So if you're thinking, oh, that's fine, PB, I'll just get the 55 shards, and then I'll just get the free draws, and then that'll give me like 50 spins during the event, and that's enough for me to build that character. Unfortunately, no. You only be able to do 20 for gold, and then of course you'll get 6 a day. So it works out to be about 32, 38, depending on how long the event goes for. But yeah, I wouldn't bank on that. It is probably going to be a situation as a light spender, similar to this, where you're going to spend to sort of get the shards to do the additional spins. If you do choose to spin, I recommend going for the God's Blessing or the Stamina packs, and you can always just get an additional 30 or 40 shards that way, and then wait for the event, and then go a little bit harder with the God's Blessings when that arrives. The reality is, as a free to play player, save your currency, buy the shards now, save your currency when it rolls around, buy your additional summonings, and then just keep saving them up until you can build them to a guaranteed 0 star or 1 star for the additional accuracy boost. Now, that is all out of the way. We aren't building them on this account. I'm going to take my own advice. I'm going to be patient and build them when they appear in the shop, the Mythic shop, that is. Basically, it's going to be about a month, I think, before the event comes around. So, yeah, be patient. They will arrive. They will be there. It will be a separate event, and you'll be able to go balls deep then. But if we're talking a little bit about Warlords, so I've been playing this from the beginning. It is an interesting nation. I'm gonna leave it at that. It's an AoE nation. It is 100% about crit and crit reduction. So Pretty much every single one of these characters has a form of either a crit boost or a reduction to crit, i.e., crit reducing or resistance in this, I guess, meta and what you want to call it. Reduces crit resistance by 25% for 2 rounds, hits 3 targets. A lot of it is going to allow you to basically lay on hard damage from your DPS. At the moment, Motochiko, the Time Hero, and Lubu are the two top DPS for this nation. Mini Lu or Daughter Lu, I haven't built her yet, but I assume she's going to be up there with her burst damage. Statistically speaking, she looks like a fucking beast. I can't wait to build her, but timing is right. Next in is Jia. He does solid damage in terms of his cross section. If you want to have a look at see of their abilities, you just click on the demo button. So he hits in like a T, sort of a back to front T. He has a high chance to inflict poison. Now, poison like fire is really just a sustain over time effect. It really isn't there to do huge amounts of damage, but it will stack up. And it does help generally to counteract healers' abilities to heal, because if they're being poisoned, it kind of, the healing over time kind of gets counteracted by the burns or the poison over time, depending on the strength of the heals. It's just an additional layer of damage. At the moment, I'm running an Emerald Lyre on them for no apparent reason other than I decided to go full legendary on the heroes. Blue Blade on old mate Motochiko. I'm absolutely open to suggestions about swapping it out if you are a very experienced Warlord player. Hit me up in Discord or in the comment section. Let me know what you would run. Dragonlance works on him. Serpent Halberd works on Zhuge. He's your AoE specialist. He's the guy that's going to hit everyone. Ironically, he does have a good chance to reduce their rage. But main thing is he can add evasion to your heroes. So evasion is basically a counteractive, it's the counter ability to accuracy. So by increasing all your heroes' evasion, it's basically, but it's just like plus 20. So the enemy then has to compensate it with higher accuracy in order to hit your enemy, like your targets. He's good, right? He does a rage reduction. It is pretty good. 35% chance to reduce rage is not a terrible statistic. And of course, he reduces their defense as well, adding to overall damage from other units. I would try to slot him before Lubu and Motochiko if you do decide to build them, or even Zhu, just so that they can take advantage of that defense reduction, allowing them to hit a little bit harder. It's just very situational. If you're talking about tower situations, obviously you're going to spice things up. You want to go with Lubu and Motochika up front for the silences and, of course, the stun chance. Dao Chan doesn't get good until 4-star, and then after 4-star, she does get better. Her ability to silence is not terrible. She does hit 3 random enemies, has a 35% chance. That increases to, I believe, 50% chance at 7-star, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So 50% chance to silence is pretty impressive. There are ways to counteract that, of course. However, I mean, you just got to roll with it. She does do additional damage to targets with the lowest HP. She's kind of a necessary evil, and I quite like using her because she does have a fairly good chance of dropping that silence, particularly because she uses the Moon Fan as well, which is also a silence artifact. Will it allow me to show you what it does? Yes, it does. So at the moment, I'm actually really trying to push hard to get this to 4-star, just to increase that silence chance up to 30%. At the moment, I think it's at 20%. So that additional 10% with her active ability will help her out in terms of silencing some of the enemies. Before you give me any hate, yeah, we already know silence meta is definitely a hard meta to fight against, depending on your nations. It probably will go away. Not going to lie, I do see the devs implementing different combos and different ways of mitigating silence abilities. Realistically, damage reduction is the next meta. And of course, accuracy reduction is the meta, which we're really living in the accuracy reduction meta at the moment in terms of endgame for most players. Jia, like I said, he hits people, he poisons them. Pretty stock standard. His ability, however, is interesting because it does do a damage buff to all heroes, including crit. So with the abilities of others to lower players' crit resistance and then increase them members on your team a crit chance, it kind of just means that this kind of, I don't know, this nation is built around doing crit. It's not a terrible thing. It's not a fantastic thing at the same time. It just is what it is. Now, would I say that you need to build like a crit offensive team, like stack lots of crit on them? It depends on the hero. To be honest, you could probably get away with the Soul Sword to increase their crit chance if you really wanted to play that path early game. Honestly, Lu Bu in his own right, he just does fantastic damage. He has a really high stun chance too if the enemy team's attack is higher than him. So in things like Trials and Beasts, where they scale way higher than he is, then he has a pretty significant chance to basically crit on them and stun them, or he has a chance to do additional damage depending on what's going on. His accuracy is increased as well. He's sort of like the flagship character. I can't wait to get him to 7-star. Next limited hero event, I'll try to push a little bit to see if that can happen. If I get lucky, I need to get lucky a little bit to get that to happen, but I'm aiming towards trying to push him up there. Anyway, that's something to think about, but really does a lot of damage. He does a lot of rage based damage. When he's not hitting with his rage, though, he's just average. He's like most heroes. He hits average. Not fantastic. That's kind of why I went with the Dragon Lance to increase his crit, even when he's not hitting with his active, so that he has a chance to do some additional damage. The focus, of course, for most is to ascend these relics. It's going to take you a lot of patience to do it. I recommend hunting out your treasure hunts and hunting out, where is he, Mount Dungeon. I've just been buying and building these each day. Honestly, I just do my thing each day and then I just come in here and I build them. I can never really have enough of them. 22 and it keeps going up. Anyway, I'm excited to be able to get that relic up to legendary. Yes, I'm aware that the old Relic Excited Exposed video, that was very old for those that were watching that. So we need to do some upgraded tips and tricks and guides, which is exactly what is on the ticket for this month, before I go and do some crazy things in the real world. Which means we need to set the channel up to succeed while that's happening as well. But in terms of everything else, I feel like there's not too many other recommendations I would make in terms of who you would use in Warlord. If you're starting out and you're looking at like the overall viability of some of your heroes, Dong Zhao, the tank, he's a beast. He does quite a nice. He has rage reduction. His active ability actually reduces rage, which is fantastic. Um, Ziyu Yu, he has an AoE poison ability. Again, he has a technique, if I can find it, where he does crit resistant reduction as well, which is great. Where he synergizes very well with Dao Chan. It's additive, not multiplicative. When we're talking about debuffs, you just add it on top of each other as a percentage base. Zhao Yu, I would like to use him. However, he kind of fell out of the meta in terms of his viability, mainly because I mean he transforms the back row. He really he has a good ability to increase all heroes' evasion ability though, so he works very well with Zhu Liang. Basically, those two together can increase your team's evasion against enemy teams attacking them by around well, at the moment it'd be 35%, but it does increase depending on his star level. It all goes up. If you want to use him, he's not a bad option. Gongzhong, he's a columnist damage kind of dude, if I remember correctly. Um, I think he does columns. Yeah, he has high crit chance, which is nice. He's a good choice. He's a good choice as a finisher. Hongzhong, he's always good as well. What does he do? I forget if he's a column or a single target. Let's see. No, he's front row. And of course, he has the CC ability as well. If you're going to build all these characters, absolutely, I'd recommend going ahead and testing them out in your own meta builds. You're going to use them as reserves and supports regardless. But in terms of this, you also have Dank Stash. He's a great specialist when it comes to attack buff. He buffs his own row. It won't let me... Oh, well, so basically he has a chance to increase enemy units in the same row attack by 20%. That's actually really strong at 7 star, not gonna lie. That little bit of attack buff can mean the difference between finishing the enemy that round and not. And of course, we have the universal healer Haltal. He's going to be used for Savior's Blessing Charm, so you need to build him anyway. But essentially, he has a crit increase ability, which ties in with what's his name again? I always forget his name. Juju? Juju. He ties in with Juju's ability to buff crit and damage. He basically supplements that as well by adding an additional 15% crit, and he heals, and he also gives a random ally 25% crit strength, which means you do more damage when you crit on the enemy. As I said before, they are all about crit, reducing crit resistance, AoE damage. They lack burst like most nations that are sort of focused on control. These guys are focused on AoE. But then again, Lubu kind of clutches it, and with the addition of Tokugawa and of course Lu, I forget her name. I just call her Mini Lu. And Mini Lu over here, Mini Lu, she does burst damage as well. So she's definitely going to be a part of this setup for this nation 100%. But I figured, you know what? I'm sick and tired of talking. Let me just make a quick adjustment. Excuse me. And now we can get back into it. So, what I figure we'll do right now is. I mean, we could do some Warlords Clash. Let's do some Demons Raid. Who's up for Demons Raid? The man himself, the god, the demon of the deep. We have Lubu. So Lubu only kills at the end of the 5th round, so that means we can do whatever we please. If we're going to talk about transformations for this nation, honestly, I go with Jia because of his ability to reduce crit resistance as well. I think he does a damage. No, he does a defense debuff. I'm actually going to slide him into slot 1 so everyone gets that defense debuff on the enemy bonus. So we have to swap that around. If we're going to talk about what combos to use, it's kind of a universal thing. You go with Demon's Roar, you go with Moonlight Dancer, and then the last one is up to you what you want to pick. I picked Heaven's Inferno because it does column DPS, and it's always nice to do a little bit of I think it's unresistible burn. So basically, it can't be removed either. So yeah, columns that works for me. Vanquisher also is a pretty cool one. I don't know if I'll build that on this account. I want to wait to see whether or not the mythic generation ones come up with their own combos, and then I might go down that path instead. Depending on how much money we have at that stage. Fuck, it gets expensive. But as you can see, pretty easy rotation. They've already got pretty high evasion going on at the moment. Old mate Zeus is adding to that. I don't know if they can hit him. I think this might be a low level boss. Is it a low level boss? Maybe. Yeah, it seems like they can't really hit him. Interesting. Wonder when this fucking Demon's Realm started. Let me just skip ahead. Let me skip ahead. Statistically speaking, Lubu is going to chop. Motochico, he really does some solid damage. Zhuz is up there with his AoE abilities. Zhu always up there as well. Charms wise, I mean, it's not really a significant thing. Heaven's Inferno does quite nice for column damage. Inferno Kitty, of course, but we can't proc Mechanical Bird, Mechanical Ox, or Cyan Rook. So it is what it is. The level 31, interesting. So we got the evasion game down plat, that's for sure. Let's go like this. So we're actually gonna change up our rotation a little bit. Yeah, we'll go like that. Like that? Like that. No, like that. Alright, so I want to do it so Heaven's Dragon basically procs its ability to do a damage bonus as well, which will be tight. I think we could. We'll try this. We'll see if we can do some additional damage this way. So we're gonna go with old mate. Uh, yeah, that's the one. That's the one with the damage bonus. I'm like, what was that dude's name again? Yeah, my protagonist. So we're going with the protagonist. Yeah. I forget his name. I'm terrible with names in this game. Oh, I feel like I'm letting everyone down with the names, but that's fine. We're gonna do some damage this way. Oh yeah, Karkanen did proc, and then of course they've got evasion. I just feel like the other enemy team just has low accuracy at the moment. I could just be tripping, and we kept rolling high evasions last time. And of course the dragon has the ability to give everyone evasions. Um, I'll be interested to see if we did manage to somehow increase our damage by changing up the rotation here. I'm assuming we will because every time PB goes, he's going to reduce the enemy's. Obviously, he's going to reduce the enemy's defense and crit resistance. Um, of course, Dao Chan's also going to do that as well for three enemies. And yeah, hopefully we can actually do some decent damage this time round. Did we go up overall highest honor rank? I think we went up one more time. Yeah, we did. We peaked. Nice. We actually went up one level. I'd say the damage is kind of similar though. Maybe a little bit better. Maybe a little bit better. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell because of the breakdown, but overall, how much damage did we do? We did 199.9k. Almost 200. Almost 200. Let's see if we can get that crit right up there. Let's see if we get lucky and get over that 200 mark. That was lower. That kind of sucked. Hmm. Come on, game. Give me over that 200. Oh, there we go. Let's go. 207. 207.48. What did we who did more? Ah, Zhu Jiang did more damage. Yeah. He must have crit a lot that time. Lu Bu was doing some solid work. So everyone's curious, yes, Zhu Jiang does do some work. Let's go. Let's see if we can get higher than that. I assume it also helps as the enemies get less and less HP. Certain abilities proc as well. When enemies have lower HP, Dao Chan does more damage when she hits them. I think Lubu even does more damage when they get lower HP. I'd have to check that in a sec. I feel like they're the main two, the two more damage. Motochika might actually do more damage when they have lower HP as well, ironically. Though we don't have a lot of finishers in our squad, unfortunately. That's why when we're doing the advanced trials in a minute, you'll see it's just we're not dying, but we just can't kill them, which is kind of annoying. It's the bane of our existence at the moment. All right, hopefully we can just skip ahead here. How'd we go? 189. That's the lowest we fucking got, man. Game. Why are you doing me like this? Giving me this shitty RNG. Could be because we don't have enough enemies to fight. Yeah, yeah. All right, so that's something you need to factor in. The less enemies you have to fight, the less amount of damage overall that you can do, particularly with AoE and nation type heroes. I'm gonna wait for that old mate demonic Lubu to reset before I go and attempt anything further. I would suggest that as a strategy. By the way, if you do kill the ghosts during the fight, they don't disappear, so you can still attack them and they still take damage. But basically, now we're only attacking three targets instead of six. So our damage probably in theory will, yeah, it just keeps going down and down. Oh, it's terrible. All right, so we're definitely not going to keep going and attacking them. Are we ranked? We're ranked fifth at the moment. Nice. Fifth in all the nations of warlords. No, maybe. Just a bit. I don't know if I'm exaggerating that. I feel like it's just for our server though. It's our server bracket. We do have the strongest guys in the Asian server on our server bracket though. This is Regis and King server bracket with Ven as well. Um, did I get killed? Did I not get killed? Where the fuck am I? Oh, there I am. Ah, shit. This fucking hell. Where's this thing? Where's this thing? I kind of just want to go there. Let's just go there. Let's go there. Play it safe, so they don't go killing everybody. We'll just collect some loot and forget about it. I don't know if we actually have any treaties going on at the moment. Prob's not. Anyway, in terms of the beast setup, it's pretty stock standard. If you're curious about which beast to get of the legendary variety first, I would advise getting the Inferno Huangji, the Fire Kitty, followed by the Epic Mechanical Bird. Then after that, you can start to fill your team out. Ape works if you do get Ape as a free to play player. It's actually a pretty good beast, pretty solid single target damage. Just got to remember that you don't want to depend on your monsters saving your ass because they're not going to. Heaven's Dragon is a great additional support if you can afford to build Heaven's Dragon with the Fire Kitty. They go well together. Index wise, is there additional ones up yet? There's not. It's simply finished. That kind of sucks. View more. Okay. No. Anyway, can't get any more of those. But basically, that's the way I'd run it. I would try to run Fire Kitty and Mechanical Bird if you're early game and you get the opportunity in billionaire event to build one legendary hero. Definitely works well with the Warlord Nation, like many nations actually. Also, you can use the links as well. Don't sleep on the links, it's quite powerful. It can finish off quite a few heroes in the column variety. In terms of gear, pretty stock standard, not really much to talk about there. Just keep progressing towards it. Keep progressing towards your Conqueror set, your Vermilion set, your Vanquisher set. Nothing really to discuss in terms of that on this class specific. It's pretty stock standard across most of the nations. Is there anything else that we can do in terms of showcasing Warlords? We can do some trials and we can do some enemies at the gate. Where are we? Enemies at the gate. Let's go. So this guy's a little bit stronger than us. Let's see if we manage to, seal the deal here. Shoe Nation. I mean, people try to convince me Shoe Nation is a fantastic nation. I mean, I don't discount that. Obviously, every nation is pretty cool. Guan Yu is pretty cool as well, to be fair. Combo, Moonlight Dancer. Probably should have changed my formation up before I jumped into this fight. As you can probably see, it's not fantastic having that guy slot one. But in saying that, I mean, we did manage to kill their front row. It's almost like, yeah, we're all just having a fun time right about now. Guan Yu, okay. And then Karkaden hits me, and then we hit with Karkaden. And then, yeah, same old, same old. Shank is an interesting combination choice. I assume you don't have any legendaries. That didn't quite look. You might have one legendary. I think Moonlight Dance was your first one, right? Nah, I'm tripping. I didn't see the Moonlight. I think we did Moonlight. Oh, you got Savior's Charm. So, Savior's Charm didn't repel the Silence Mark. Interesting. Very interesting. It might just have a chance to repel. Maybe not a 100% chance, depending on ranks. Lubu just cracking it with that attack. And then, of course, we managed to finish off Marchal that way. GG, whoever you are, sir. GG. I'm hoping that you will keep building your team up. Kenshin. Nice. You built Kenshin. I didn't really see him go off or anything like that. I mean, he kind of beat Marchow in raw damage, but I would have thought that, I don't know. I'm not an expert when it comes to that. You did have, I wasn't tripping. You did have a Moonlight Dancer. Nice. Very cool, very cool. But in terms of this, if I was going to run a PvP lineup, I think we would change the formation to look something like this. Yep, that's pretty much it. Dao Chan up there for the silence. Motochico. Let's fight him one more time. See how we go. Eh, I can't speed it up. I'm so used to the Korean version going so much faster. Oh, fuck, man, yeah. Yeah, Lubu, right? Lubu shrekking it. Dao Chan with the silence, very nice. And he's got Moonlight Dancer. See, I knew you had Moonlight Dancer. If anyone's curious about what I upgraded on the account, I basically made Zooj 5 star, Jia 5 star, and Dalchan 5 star. So that's pretty much what I did. I'm trying to work towards upgrading the protagonist to 7 star. It's taken a while. It's taken a minute for me to get there. But slowly but surely each day I am grinding out at least one chapter. So we will eventually get there, maybe by the end of the year. Um, that's a joke. Maybe not though. I'm totally over fucking chapter zones right now. But anyway, let's go. I feel like this is pretty much it. It's sealed the deal, Heaven's Inferno, and we managed to do that as well. All right, so that's kind of a little bit of an introduction to people around my same power level. Where else is there? Let's do trials. Let's see if we can finally beat these guys. No, we can go like that. See how we go in a PvE situation where the team is generally stronger than us. Hmm. When I say stronger, they're so fucking tanky. Like, has anyone else noticed this? When they get to the trials, these guys just take a shit ton of damage. Ah, great. Ah, fucking great. This is the one with the silence. These fuckers like silencing you. Hmm. I don't know if we're gonna win this. Fuck. I'm just going quiet looking at this guy. I don't know if we're gonna win this. Come on, fingers crossed we managed to get off an active skill. Even when we get our active off, Lou just doesn't manage to. I don't know. Fuck. They're so tanky. Maybe. Can we kill one? That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, no. Fuck's sake. They're so tanky. Yeah. Even at 7 billion power level, some of these guys just have way too much HP. I mean, they're not gonna kill you, but you're just not gonna kill them either. It's kind of annoying, and you can't skip it either. So you gotta fucking watch this, knowing that you're doomed for failure, and there's nothing you can do about it. Oh, I say that he couldn't kill us, but Marchow got us. Nice. Good old Marchow. The old surprising double tap on Moto Chico up the top there. We managed to kill one of them. Can we kill two of them? Maybe. Three of them? Nah, probably can't through. But there you go. We're getting close, as you can see, but not quite enough. But that's pretty much the gist of it with the trial situation. I've just been continually blitzing. Actually, you know what? Why don't we attempt to clear one more stage, the last stage with Yang Wei. Let's try and beat this guy. See if we can get across the line. Oh, rage reduction. Nice. All heroes have to survive though. That's a little bit sketchy. I don't know how squishy my dudes are. Maybe the silence technique will work. Fuck. Don't you kill my fucking dudes with that moonlight dancer shit. Oh, damn it. It scares me. None of this stuff. The only thing that scares me in this game is combos and fucking beasts when it comes to NPC fights. It's like the actual NPCs aren't that strong, but when they just pull out the fucking combo, charm like this shit, and it kills your team, and you're like, how? You can't kill my team, but you just do two fucking combos, and I'm dead. Like that fucking bullshit. So bullshitty. So bullshitty. And the reason why is because combos scale with the overall attack of your enemy team and your team as well. If anyone's curious about that, that's why. And they are generally speaking very, very strong when you get to a later point. However, is there anything else that we can do? Probs not. In all honesty, we don't really have a lot to do on this account anymore. We can do some PvP in Warlords Clash. Did we tier up? Yep, we tiered up to Platinum 2. Nice. Um, yeah, it expired, my dude. We're gonna play this. Let's see if we can get a couple of easy W's this time round. I doubt it, but you never know. Fucking, you never know, right, with this game. Is this guy at 390 million? No. No, he's not. I think he's like 3 billion. Yeah, he's definitely 3 billion. All right, GG, GG. If I end up fighting you and we win, I'm sorry. GG anyway. Oh, 21. Is that 21 million? Oh, yeah, 219 million. Yeah, we're clapped. Round one, watch this. Single. Oh, fuck. I would have thought you wanted one shot me, bruh. Weak as this guy talking shit. He's gonna get fucking annihilated. That was hilarious. It's like you'll win an easy fight here, and then all of a sudden you'll be like fucking versing 200 million plus. Is this 11 million? No, 120. No, 112, sorry. Ooh. Yeah, look how easy we crumple. I mean, this is not really fantastic matchmaking. Shoe Nation, eh? Shoe Nation. I still don't think they're a fantastic nation, but what are they running? He's running Earthquake Charm. That's cool. Lunar Charm for some reason. Maybe he's just testing it out. Wind Kite, nice. Very cool. Ooh, look at that Inferno Kitty damage. Damn. Alright, let's keep going. I don't want to lose too many ranks though, because that would kind of suck. We'll do one more fight, and then we might jump out of it. Did we get lucky? Yeah, I think we got lucky. I think we're safe. Alright, yeah, no, we're definitely safe on this one. Roll the dice, try to get a little bit higher. I don't feel like I'll get past platinum for a while in this game, but that's okay. My recommendations, if you're going to play Warlord, just be aware you will need to spend some money in order to boost your character up late game. But if you're going to play purely for pleasure, build Dalchan. She's okay. Honestly, I build Zhuge and Dalchan and Jia, and you've got a pretty solid foundation there. When you can afford it, focus on Lu Bu. Honestly, if you're coming into the game now, I would strongly recommend just building Lu Bu. Whenever the events rise and all that, as you can see, he's like the main damage dealer for this nation. He's a beast, and then you can kind of build support around him. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this in terms of the video content so far. I tried to keep this a little bit shorter, but let me know if you have any comments or questions. We do have a Discord, so it's one above all. It's linked in the description box below. And of course, we'll see the OGs in the comment section. If you have any questions or concerns, hit me up. Anyway, I will catch you in the next event. Have a great day.